Should we really be off work this early?
Lantern Rite is nearly here. Why don't we decorate the inn this year? Oh, don't you know? On the first full moon of the first month each year, Liyue celebrates. It's a festival to commemorate the heroes from the past. Oh, may the flames of wisdom spread to all and never be extinguished.
Wow, it sounds like a grand festival. And where there's a grand festival, you catch Paimon's drift?
You want to get involved in the Lantern Rite? That's great! The festive period leading up to the day itself is all part of the celebrations. During this time, we pray to bring peace and ward off bad luck. Liyue locals call it bidding farewell to the old and welcoming the new. If you're looking to take part, also, if you're able to, could you? We're not close. I wouldn't know how to ask him myself. But it seems that...
Yeah, Paimon thinks it might be best to leave him alone for a few days.
I suppose you're right. If you leave too late, the city will be crowded with people and you won't be able to make the most of it. Get going. Happy Lantern Rite.
Young lady, if I may be so bold, how much for the floating thing,
Paimon's not for sale!
As a matter of fact, I'm having some financial trouble recently. I probably couldn't afford it. I'm just a small-time merchant anyway. I don't deal in rare and exotic treasures.
You know, the more you talk, the more...
My, someone's in a grumpy mood, aren't they? Here.
Ooh, suspiciously trustworthy!
So, I assume you two are in Liyue for the Lantern Rite? This year's Mingxiao Lantern is supposed to be a sight well worth the wait. The plastrite that will lift the lantern into the air is the largest in 20 years. It's big enough to make you wonder. If the fabled floating city in the clouds really does, I guess it must just be held up by a similarly sized chunk of plastrite.
Sounds awesome!
I hope our paths cross again. Welcome to
Wow, so many stalls! Here, there, everywhere! I'm Ching. Last night in my dream, so I gave her to the lady over by the big deer lantern. I did the right thing.
This year's Mingxiao Lantern is dedicated to Skybracer. Well, that's the plan. I do hope they make... The story goes that But then that fateful battle happened. The gods exchanged. He used those blood-drenched antlers as a wedge to... Thanks to him, Mount Tianheng still... Surely the reason the Lantern Rite exists is because... Goodbye. May the flames...
Look! That stone is floating! Luckily, it's tethered in place. If it wasn't held down, who knows where it would fly off to?
This is the plasterite to be used for the Mingxiao lantern. The whole of the Xiao market is centered around it.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Zhang Zhou. Recently, I've been tracking progress on the construction of the Mingxiao lantern. You seem like newcomers. Is this your first lantern rite?
Yes. How can you tell?
Well, I don't remember running into any weird and wonderful mascots at last year's festival. You'll see lots of people releasing little lanterns during the festival. Those ones are called Xiao lanterns. But there's also a huge one, a joint effort by all the people of almost every business in Liyue has a booth at the annual Xiao market. But despite its popularity, this is the one time of the year they're not looking to make a profit. The street market exists solely to raise the funds and materials required for the Mingxiao lantern construction.
So, the Xiao market. Does it have stuff you can eat?
Plenty. And if I do say so myself, the Lantern Rite is the best festival for sampling Liyue's local delicacies. It is Liyue's biggest annual festival, after all. Showing off your craft is a great way to drum up a reputation. So even if there's no mora to be made, everyone is secretly going all out to get their produce under the spotlight.
Folks in Liyue are so smart.
If you need any help, you can look for Wangya. She's overseeing the Lantern Rite. She's usually somewhere around the Xiao market. She's your first port of call.
Oh, will she know which stall sells the tastiest stuff?
No doubt. When it comes to the Lantern Rite, no one knows more than she does.
Got it! Let's go to the Xiao market and look for Wangya. And then go to the stall with the tastiest food and eat till we're stuffed.
Hi, can I help you? From the look of you, you don't hail from Liyue. Are you traveling through? Overseeing? Not exactly. The Lantern Rite Festival belongs to the whole of... I'm just taking care of a few small things, doing my bit to make sure everyone...
We want to know where the tastiest food in the whole wide Xiao market is.
The tastiest? Hard to say. I guess that depends on your person. If it gets any busier over there, I'm gonna have to bring the millilith to keep things... Hey, you'd best get over there quick before the streets get too crowded with people. Oh, and if you are heading to Yinyan, please do me a favor and... It's a summary of the data from last year's Lantern Rite, compiled by the Ministry of Civil Affairs. It has a few operational tips for our vendors. If you're heading in that direction, it'd be as thanks, I've got a gift for you when you get back.
Hello. We really don't have enough hands on deck. If I'd known, I would have roped some others in.
What's the best thing on...
Ah, customers. Take a look and decide for yourself. I can do anything on the menu. Or if...
Huh. Now that you mention it, you do have...
Naturally. If there's a dish I can't cook, I've yet to hear about it. Same every year. The old operational tip. Hand it over. I'll use it to feed the fire. Come on then, place your orders. Aren't you here to eat?
There are so many. This one looks good, but Paimon wants to... Huh? Grilled tiger fish? Seeing as the Lantern Rite is about commemorating the heroes of the past, let's order this one.
Ah, your friend has a good eye for food. That's our specialty. Please wait. I'll have it ready for... Okay, here's your grilled tiger fish. What do you think?
Delicious. Of course. What kind of a guide would Paimon be otherwise?
Well, hope you enjoy your food. I gotta see to some other customers. If you get hungry again, you know where I am.
So you're back. What do you...
Ah, so tasty.
Oh, yeah? He said that last year, too. Anyway, not to worry. Here's the gift I was talking about. This Xiao lantern is for you.
Wow.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to explain but if you're interested in Xiao lanterns, you can ask Jingming over there. He's in charge of both.
So he's responsible.
That's right. He should be easy to...
If we could make a Xiao lantern for let's find Jingming and...
Who would have thought the people of Liyue could build a lantern so big?
At this rate, we should be able to meet the deadline. Teach you how to make Xiao lanterns. Oh, You don't look... I'll be happy to teach you. There's no one way to make a Xiao lantern, but let me start by showing you the simple... I should have some spare materials over here. Just a second.
That was so complicated.
It all comes with practice. Folks like you who want to learn my craft are a rare find.
Did you build that humongous Ming Xiao lantern using the same method?
That one? I suppose it's...
So it was a community effort?
Surely you've heard about it. The Xiao Market is actually a fundraiser, aiming to support the Ming Xiao Lantern's construction.
Whoa. So that's how the Ming Xiao...
Such is the Lantern Rite tradition. The Ministry of Civil Affairs might be
Oh, so that's what that little girl meant when she said she don't... But since when do you build Ming Xiao lanterns out of ragdolls?
Well, the Lantern Rite is a major festival. If somebody wants to make a contribution, no matter how small, or in this case symbolic, we tend not to reject them, especially considering how grand of an occasion the Lantern Rite is for everyone. People believe that... Alrighty then. Shouldn't you get going? With all that the festival has to offer, I'm sure you must be on a bit... Of course, if you want to make another Xiao Lantern at any time, you know where to find me. Happy Lantern Rite. Have fun.
Who would have thought the people of Liyue could build a lantern so...
So, did you find Jingming?
We did! And he taught us all about how to make shit, even though Paimon can't...
No worries. You can always ask. I should go. Duty calls. Happy Lantern, right?